What up, weirdos? It's your boy Raindrop, Raindog, Rain Drizzle, my co-host, co-captain, Cole, conspirator, Uncle Juju.
What is up, babies?
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to BXTV, Back from Hell, your Spotify and YouTube podcast where you didn't know everything you needed to know about anything, you know? Nah, really, it's just comics, pop culture, movies, and other random stuff we like to talk about, you know what I'm saying? So, I hope you guys are ready.
I am.
You know what I'm saying? But no, like, if you don't know, me and Juju like to start off. This is also our holiday special, to go ahead and be clear. This is our last pod before Christmas, and we figured we would cover mainly all Christmas-related things. It is all Christmas-related things, with a hint of possibly talking about Superman trailer at the end. We'll see if we have time. But yeah. So that being said, though, we have comic book of the night or comic book of the week, which is we're taking it back to 1995. We have the Batman Adventures Holiday Special from 1995. The writer is Bruce Timm, Paul Dini, and Ronnie Del Carmen. It's an anthology, so I'm not sure who did the White Christmas story in it. That's the one we're talking about. We're talking about the Freeze story. But artist Bruce Timm, Kevin Altieri, Ronnie Del Carmen, and Glenn I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Murakami. I don't know. I'm terrible with names, dude. My name's Rainey. I always get mispronounced. Either way, though, we're doing Batman Adventures Holiday Special. We're doing the White Christmas. Basically, this is a story with Mr. Freeze, or Dr. Freeze.
Yes.
And it starts off with him locked up in a facility. Was him locked up in a facility, but he has escaped, and Batman is wondering if there's anything that he's been saying or doing that would have made him escape. And she said, well, he kept asking about the weather, all this, that, and the third. And she's like, do you think, like, you know, there being no snow tonight was the reason he broke out? And, you know, and it looks like blah, blah, blah. Batman says, you know, it looks like he was sad, and it looks like he found a way to cheer himself up, this, that, and the third. So he takes off in the Batmobile, and he runs away. And he not runs away, but he runs off.
Important detail. It's snowing outside.
Yeah. Well, he said he finds a way to cheer him up. I was about to say, yeah. Basically, though, he gets in his Batmobile and he tries to find where Mr. Freeze, where Freeze went, Dr. Freeze went, and there's this good little biography section on this next page that they do, because it's like they basically tell you the backstory on him and why he's the way he is, and like what happened to his wife, this, that, and the third, and saying, you know, basically since his wife died, he's dead to emotion. Like, he has no human emotion, this, that, and the third. And Batman says, you know, to cause a blizzard on Christmas Eve, you would have to be like miserable, like, you know, have no emotion. So yeah, and basically Batman does what he does. He says he saves this lady and tells this guy to get chains on his tire because his car's about to run over this kid and this lady. You know, that's really important because it's Batman doing Batman things, this, that, and the third. And then, you know, he saves this one guy, he saves this cop, and he basically tells him, yo, Freeze is over in this graveyard. And he finds Freeze using this snow blast cannon thing, and he tries to fight him, you know, and it's just, it's crazy time. And then, you know, Batman gets hit, and he just sees fucking, he sees the Wayne's tombstone. Yeah, and he, you know, he kind of just like runs off, and then he basically asks Freeze, you know, like, what the fuck is going on? Or not really asking what's going on. They basically, Freeze tells him, like, if I have one chance to fucking kill you, like, I'm gonna take it. And the gun blows up, it backfires. Sorry, fucking It's a kind of a long alliteration of what happens for
Yeah,
a short
yeah,
story.
for a short
Um,
story, but like, there's so much that does happen in a
and
short
after the
period
and
of time.
after that the gun breaks, Batman's basically like, fucking, I'll give you one chance, bro. You can go peacefully and like you can tell me why you did this, blah blah blah. And he basically tells him Nora, his wife. He said him and his wife got married on Christmas Eve on snow, and he said it'd be sad if there was none this year. So he thought
Yeah,
he'd bring Nora some snow, and it's pretty fucking depressing.
yeah,
Um, it's really good because it holds up from '95. Like
yeah.
it's like, especially if you like the animated series, it's literally just Bruce Timm doing his fucking thing. So
Yep.
I mean, I loved it. That's literally bar for bar what happens. Uh, I don't know, man. I think it makes. I think if you need a book on Christmas Eve exactly,
Yeah.
read that story.
Yes. Honestly, this book probably was the first book in a very long time that elicited an emotional reaction that wasn't joy. You know,
Oh
it was
yeah,
like,
no. I immediately
um,
posted on Twitter and shit. I was like, this is fucking sad, dude. That
sad.
last
Yeah.
page where he's just like,
Just
we got married in the snow. We got married on Christmas Eve when it was snowing, and I just thought it'd be sad to not have snow this year. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? He's like pointing
and
to the
then
grave and like,
Batman just puts his arm around him.
yeah, takes him back to the
Like,
fucking psycho ward, but like as a person, not in handcuffs or
yeah.
like beat to shit.
Like,
Like,
I honestly feel like of all the rogues gallery that have, like, they all have their various issues with Batman. Victor Freeze is one of the very few where Batman will try to go out of his way to help him to a certain degree. If it's not um hook up a device to, in the animated series, I think when he's in the glacier and is out, like, he basically is like, I don't want to be part of humanity anymore. So he goes lives up north with like the polar bears and shit.
yeah.
Like, Batman had to do something to save Nora's life because Victor was getting out of hand, you know. Or it's like he tries to help him. He gave him like a library and like research material and was like, hey, you're a villain, but you are not a villain because you are a villain at heart. You're a villain because of circumstance.
No,
And
100%. I mean, I definitely agree. I think he does have some leeway with him, and I think it's because of what you said. I think it's because he's not trying to hurt people and shit for his own I mean, it is his own personal gain. It's to help his wife, who's probably dead. But uh, I mean, it's sad though. It's
yeah,
genuinely just sad as
it's just
fuck.
it's heartbreaking. Like the whole, like, you know how, like, when you read a comic book, sometimes your mind puts a soundtrack. Like,
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
the only thing I could really think of when I was reading this was that music box at the end of that episode in Batman the Animated Series, where he just makes the model of his wife and it's that ding 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 ding. Yeah. That's the whole thing that was going on in my mind. It's like, I mean, I
I
know I'm
heard
jumping the gun a little
I
early.
heard
I'm
that
giving this
song.
a 10.
I heard that song. Who sings it? Is it Ray Charles? It's crying time again. It's him and
Yeah,
somebody.
it's
It's
Ray Charles. Yeah,
I heard that song because I was like, yo, like
yeah,
I just imagine him and Batman like sniffling on the way back to the to Arkham Asylum. Like,
yeah. And like the fact that Nora Freeze is buried only a few rows away from Thomas and Martha Wayne.
yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
I mean, call it, you know, like Deus Ex Machina or whatever, but it fucking works. You know?
No, I agree. I think this was like an amazing short story, especially not just
Yeah.
for like Christmas time, like just all around. Like it's a great Freeze and Batman story. Like you said, it
Yeah.
shows how human both of them are, and like how, and like you said, it's like he's like a conflicting villain, you know, like if that's the way to say it.
Yeah.
But I 100%. I think this is a 10. I mean, Bruce Timm
Knocked
are
out the park.
yeah, fucking shit's awesome. So, I definitely recommend you guys read this during Christmas Eve. I mean, this will be out probably right before Christmas Eve. So,
It is a highly recommended anthology short, is what I'll call it.
yeah, it is, just to reiterate, it's the Batman Adventures Holiday Special 1995. It has Freeze on the front. It's a dope cover. It has Freeze and Batgirl and Batman on the cover. It says DC #1 in the corner. You'll see it when you see it. We did not read the other stories because we didn't want to jade our opinion on this one. But I am gonna read it now that I finished this podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely read this because this is a holiday special, and like they're gonna be themed around Christmas, I presume.
Yeah, I'm waiting to read. I saved my Rick and Morty Christmas special from like
Nice.
2 weeks ago, or like 3 weeks ago for Christmas Eve. I'm gonna read it Christmas Eve night.
Yes, nice.
That way, if it
Nice.
plays on Christmas Eve, I didn't wait too long. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and if it's Christmas Day, it's like, all right, perfect. It's fucking 12 a.m., whatever. But no, this is a 10 out of 10, man. Go read it. Get in the holiday spirit. Don't be a fucking Scrooge. You know what I mean? Like, just in, like, all around. That's what this episode is. So if you're a Scrooge, maybe you need to stick around. Maybe you need to see why not everything is lame on Christmas, because basically what we are bringing to you guys tonight is a top 5 list. Not really a top 5, but 5 unique Christmas episodes that you should check out of a cartoon series that has a Christmas special. So we have 5 different, from modern to older. We have 5 different TV shows and their Christmas episodes. And I think me and Juju did a good job of the ones we picked.
yes.
They're very diverse. And I think we knocked it out of the park, low key. I mean, it's a little something for everybody, you know? There's only one that's really like an adult animation, you could say.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, we can do that one first if you want, since it's the most modern.
yeah, sure.
Our first number 5 coming in on the list. We have Bob's Burgers, 2014, Father of Bob.
Oh, I picked this one because I have daddy issues.
Yeah. This one I 100% watch every time, because I've watched this one when it came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've always been a Bob's Burger guy. Like, it's a really good going to bed show when you're stoned. But every time I've watched it, I'm like, I bet you this is how Juju and his dad act in the kitchen, man. Like,
Yes. Oh my god.
and the reason I felt like it deserved to be on the list is because everybody picks The Simpsons, you know, like,
Yeah.
there's been, like, you know, everybody knows The Simpsons does a Christmas special. Fucking Adventure Time has an episode, whatever. I wanted something, you know, that, like, spoke for our generation, but, like, you could watch with your family or, like, your friends, you know? Like,
Yeah.
this one hit. Like, I mean, it's basically Bob and his family going to go visit his dad's Christmas party he has every year. And long story short, his wife forces him to cook in the kitchen with his dad, and you find out that, like, the reason why Bob left his dad, and they just get arguing, and while they're arguing, the kids are down in the basement trying to make presents for Bob. Gene gets a bunch of beans, puts them in a box, and has a bean bath.
Makes a bean bath.
Yeah, dude. He's like, I'm about to soak in these beans, baby. And, like, it's so good, dude. I mean, it hits every avenue. Like, funny, family, Christmas, you know, sentimental, like, you know, like, working out your family problems during...
Without being overly preachy.
Oh, 100%. It's like it almost doesn't feel like a Christmas episode, but it
It
does.
almost doesn't, but it does because it's almost like that Spider-Man issue that we did where it's family drama around the holidays,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
something that we can all relate to.
You know my favorite
Um,
part about the episode is when after him and his dad get in a fight, the guy, the neighbor that owns the gay bar that's
yes,
dressed up as
Pete.
Santa. Yeah, Pete, he's dressed up as Santa and he walks up to Bob with the cowboy hat and goes, "Come speak to your father." And he gets to the bar and his dad's over there fucking line dancing with with like in the gay bar, and he's like, "There's no way you're gonna be good at it." And his dad's just hitting every move, fucking spot
Yeah.
on. He's like, "I come here every Thursday. I love fucking what's the show they have on?" Uh,
Suspect or something like
yeah, yeah,
that.
dude. He's like, "I love Suspect." Dude, I was like, "Yo, that was my favorite fucking part." The rehash, the coming together of him and his dad
Yes.
was literally the most sentimental thing. Low key was my most favorite part because, like you said, they threw it in this funny, like goofy ass. Like Bob can't hit any of the fucking line dancing moves, and he's getting frustrated because his dad's still trying to control him low key. But like, it was so funny and goofy, and it was just like, how can you not enjoy this? Like, if you
Yeah, dude.
don't like Christmas, this was literally made for you. Like,
If you don't like visiting your family for Christmas, like
yeah, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if you don't like Christmas,
yeah,
like
yeah.
if you needed a middle ground for like you and your girlfriend to watch something Christmas
Yes.
related, you could be like, yeah, let's watch Father of the Bob, like Christmas
Yeah.
episode. And we're gonna
So
and real quick, we're gonna point out each year because I think like it really matters. I think low key like
yeah,
the fact that they hold up still. I mean, 2014
yeah,
wasn't that long ago, but it was.
it was. And first of all, I had flashbacks when Bob and his dad are talking about how like Bob has like this happened to me today, by the way. Where it's like,
Juju works in his family's restaurant, by the
yes, I
way.
work in my family's restaurant, yeah, and I have two kind of odd kids. um,
Yeah.
we clean the
I'm the
kitchen
third
every
one. I'm Gene.
yes,
No,
yeah,
no, I'm probably fucking Pink Hat. What's her name? I'm so stoned.
Louise.
Yes, Louise. Plotting, scheming. But go ahead.
So we clean the kitchen top to bottom every weekend. We break everything down, we clean it, and we do it. You have to relight everything. So he comes to me, he goes, "Hey, you need to relight the pilot of the water boiler." As he's taking out paper to do it for him. So it's like you're asking me to do it, but you're gonna do it yourself because I can't do it right.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Dad? Like,
Like,
oh my god, he did that shit my entire life. Like, trying to learn how to play sports with him because he would get frustrated and do it himself. And so he'd be playing tennis against himself because, like, I can't hold the racket correctly, you know?
yeah, that would suck. I ain't gonna lie to
Oh,
you.
like,
I
so
definitely.
that home.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it did for a lot of people because like he says in the beginning of the episode, he only spends 15-minute intervals with his dad, and like they show all the flashbacks of it being 15 minutes with his dad, and like they just start arguing, and I'm like, dude, that part was relatable, not with my dad, but with like other people. There's
Yes.
people that like I get around them longer than 15 minutes, and like we just start butting heads because like they're like
They're completely different.
yeah, like not like in my opinion, it doesn't matter. For whatever reason, we butt heads, and it's just like, no, I like you for 15 minutes, and then we just got to dip. We just don't get along. Like, but
Like,
I am glad that like they show you at the end that like no, like it's him and his dad. They work through their issues and they love each other forever. And I mean, it's not always gonna be that way, but it's a good ending to a Christmas episode.
yes. I got choked up when his dad was like, "You have a beautiful wife and two kind of weird kids. Proud of you." It's like, did you hear that from like
three
a
pretty
guy?
weird kids.
Pretty, pretty. Sorry, putting myself in that, because like I don't think my
Yeah.
dad ever said those three words like together, like so
You gotta,
that
you
was
got
also the one I started on, so that was probably the most emotional I got.
when you when you get to when you get to your parents' house on Christmas, you gotta put that episode on and
Oh yeah,
just
like
like, Dad, watch
I,
this with me.
yes, like, and he's one of those who doesn't necessarily think that like cartoons like are for adults. So
Yeah.
like I can see him getting into Bob's Burgers though, like real fucking quick.
I think you should. I think you should throw it on Christmas and just be like, "Love you, Dad."
Yeah, I love you. Dad. Yeah.
like,
It's like I don't.
like this is how I view us, low key.
Yeah,
Like,
like if I had my own sandwich shop, this would be us. Like, oh, we're going to the dad of our restaurant. Also love how it's Big Bob's Diner. Like,
I said I'd never work in kitchens again, but Juju, if you had a sandwich shop, I would work your counters.
oh hell yeah, man!
I
Hell
would.
yeah, man!
I'd work your front of
I would pay
house.
you. I would pay you a livable wage, man. I'm not one of those who would shortchange you.
No,
But that's
I'm not even looking for that. I just like I I I don't see working for you sucking. So
yeah, no. I'm a pretty compared
I
to my
lived with you
dad.
and it was good, so
Yeah, like
but
compared to my dad, I'm not nearly as uptight about stuff. So
yeah, it's the generation thing, I feel like.
yeah. Oh
But dude,
shit.
I think I think the Bob's Burger one is like a good like I think it's a good way to like ease yourself into the Christmas holiday.
Yes.
I think it's a good
Yes.
one that you can throw on and be like, all right, I'm getting in the Christmas spirit. Like, because like you watch it early in December and it's like, all right, now we're going to Christmas parties throughout the month. And then you can go and throw on another Bob's Burger episode or not. You know what I mean?
Because that's not the only Christmas episode that
No,
they've done.
not at all.
No. Um, honestly, I'm glad that we picked it because it's one that I definitely enjoy every time it comes on, and I always notice something new too. Like a weird thing, like they're looking for a gift for Bob, and Tina's putting together like her like easy chair, and on the back it's like a dartboard, and I'd be like,
Yeah,
present right there.
yeah,
You
just
know?
the dartboard itself. No, it's Tina. It got to be way more complicated than that, my boy.
I think I was a combination of Gene and Tina.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, it's probably Gene and Luis. Good combo of those two.
yeah, weird but hyperactive, and I'm
Yeah,
scared, actually awkward.
dude. It's it's a banger. It was a banger. I definitely. What do you rate it? What do you rate it out of
Okay,
one Saint Nick to two Saint Nicks?
I give
Or
it.
to
I
10
give
to 10 to 10 Saint
okay.
Nicks, I mean. I'm
Okay,
stoned, dude.
I'll give it a 9 because as far as being a Bob's Burgers episode, it is fucking great. As far as it being a Christmas episode, besides like the holiday party and the Santa doing the line dancing, there really wasn't a lot of other like decorations or anything like that. It was like just in the diner. Um, but all in all,
Fucking
solid episode. Give it a 9.
I'm gonna get some booze. But I think it was like a 7.5 for Christmas episodes.
Yeah,
I think it was
I
just a
can-
really good Bob's Burgers episode.
yeah,
Like I think it's an 8 on getting into the season. But I think for Christmas itself, it's like a 7.5. But I think it's a
yeah.
great ass fucking Bob's Burgers episode. Like it's like top tier, like S tier. Like if you're talking about like non forgettable Bob's Burger episodes, I think that's one of them low key because it it starts like the Christmas shit, if I'm correct. It's like one of the first ones.
Yeah, because I think that was in the.
I think it was like,
if it was in the first season, but
I don't remember what season. I
the
said it's
voice cast,
2014.
voice cast is solid. Bill Hader plays Nick Bob, and Nick Offerman played.
Yes, I caught that like when he handed him the hat. I was trying to figure out who he was the whole episode because I was fucking fried last night. Because I just started watching these fucking. I was like, let me just put these down, dude. And fucking, I was like, who is that? And I was like, oh my god, it's fucking Nick Offerman, dude.
Nick
like,
Offerman.
like
his wife is a regular on that show as well.
okay, cool. Okay, cool fucking beans, dude. Fucking yeah, dude. All right, so we've rated Bob's Burgers, but that's not the only one we have tonight. That is not it. If we're going by year, I think this one is very underrated. I enjoyed this way more than I thought I was. And people are gonna probably call me fucking crazy, dude. I think this show was a little bit before its time. I think there is questionable design decisions, but that might be because of Jackie Chan himself being on the show so heavily.
Yes.
So I guess it makes it okay, but I think that's why they don't throw it around everywhere now. But it's going to be the 2002 Jackie Chan Adventures, a Jolly J Team Xmas, dude. A Jolly J Team Xmas. This was a banger. This was a banger, man. I watched this kind of towards the end of my episode binges.
This is the last one I watched.
Yeah, I think this was second to last. Spoiler alert, Futurama was last for me. But Futurama is up next. But Jackie Chan Adventures, dude. I mean, if you guys don't remember, there's basically this show, I think it was on Fox Kids, if I'm correct. Yeah. And it was Jackie Chan as a cartoon, and he had like this gang of like family and friends like his like grandfather or dad had like Chinese like chi powers.
His uncle.
Yeah. Uncle has these chi powers, like mystic chi powers, and like they have this dude who wears a tuxedo and a wrestling mask all the time, and like there's all these different characters, and they just go on crazy adventures and save people and do crazy stuff. It was a total 2000 show, like. But it was
totally banking on the popularity of Jackie Chan.
Yes, 100%. That is why it came out when it came out. But I want to say the animation holds up, dude. I was like thoroughly impressed. I was like, yo, I'm kind of fucking with this. Like,
it had that like very 2000s like American Dragon Jake Long kind of stuff.
Yes, dude. That, but a little bit better. The original American Dragon Jake Long before they changed it. Before they changed, I did not dig it when they changed. Yeah, dude. That show was really fucking good, by the way. The first
that's also very underrated too. One thing I liked about this though is that like whilst it is a Christmas episode, there were definitely a lot of nods to Big Trouble in Little Chinatown.
There were so many nods. So basically, just to wrap it up, like what happened real quick, Santa goes missing, and the uncle is the most mystical like guy on the nice list. So this agent elf shows up and is like, we need y'all to come find Santa. And basically they go find Santa because this evil guy that they deal with all the time has kidnapped him. Yes. And one of the nods, though, the girl is going through the bag of toys because she doesn't think Santa's real, and they're trying to prove that they're actually going to save Santa. And in the toy bag, they have this thing called Reindeer Gear Solid as a video game, which is Metal Gear Solid. Like, I was like, dude, how crazy is it that like they were just like ripping shit that blatantly in this show?
Yes.
Like,
Or like James Wong played the voice of the villain, who also played the voice of who also played the villain in Big Trouble in Little China. And the part where they're using the green powers and the purple powers, same colors were used in that movie. So like I really call it like Big Trouble in Little Christmas because like that's what
yeah,
it felt
yeah.
like to me. Like, and you had like the blend of traditional Christian, like not traditional Christian, traditional Christmas like aesthetic, but with this like Asian mysticism kind of shoehorned into it, and it works. Like
Oh, it's
I
amazing,
love how
dude. It
yeah
it felt like if you could tell it's early 2000s because it felt like a very 90s show with better animation.
yeah
Like it's like a 90s style show but with early 2000 animation. So they kind of had that like, oh, we have new techniques and styles now. We can make shit look a little bit like cleaner. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like the action felt like very fluid too. By the way, there wasn't like any anime cheats where it's like the character's not moving and
no, it was
you
like
know
it was all
everybody's
over.
yeah.
I mean,
And the fight scenes were fucking cool, by the
yeah,
way.
dude. I mean that and how they brought all these different characters together, like
Yeah.
it was so fucking dope, dude. I mean, like who is your favorite character?
I gotta go with the old man because I love the gimmick of like ancient Chinese magic being kind of like gross. Like he pulls out like a dried puffer fish to like break through the
Yeah, yeah.
dome, and like he's got to get like all these gross ingredients to make this potion that'll like show them the location of Santa Claus, and it's like eye of this. We need more eels.
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying though. It had like that it had that such like a dude like cartoon factor. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like you like Uncle Chan.
Yes, Uncle Chan.
Yeah, dude. That's
I did look him
Saab
up.
Shimono. That's who voices him. My favorite was El Toro Ferde. The
Yes.
guy who wore the Lucha Libre mask. And
Yep.
then I think it was his son that was with him that at
Son.
the end of the episode. His Christmas gift is his first Lucha Libre mask, and he puts it on. He's like, I will never take it off. And I was like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Like,
Or like the mom. There's a subplot of the sumo guy's mom coming
oh,
to visit.
Toru, or whatever his name was. Noah Nelson is the voice actor.
Yes.
That
Gotta give credit to all the voice actors.
it
in
was
this. They
great,
did a
dude.
good
They
job.
like it felt like you really just like don't remember shit from any other episode, but you feel so sucked in. As soon as
Yeah.
that intro hit, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking
That
here.
intro was
I was
fucking cool, by the
yes,
way,
dude. That's what I'm saying. I was bobbing my head, and I was like, dude, I'm fucking here for this. And then it comes on, and it just starts immediately. Like you jump right into it, into the North Pole, and it's like, okay, I like that. The pacing was great. There was really no filler. Like it was like
Yeah, no.
here's what's happening. Now we're gonna get to how we get to the next stage, and then we get to the next stage, and then bam, fights. And then it's like,
Yeah.
it's like fucking one after another, man. It was fucking banging. I think if,
Uh,
knock on wood, if I ever had kids, I would probably buy this on DVD or on Amazon and like put this on for my kids like
Yeah.
early on just to be like, because like I think it's safe. I think it's
Absolutely. Yeah. Like kind of do the convention of like any and I'm again I haven't seen this show in like 20 years.
I mean, yeah, same.
But it seems to be that when they're fighting, it's usually a non-human kind of thing, and that doesn't necessarily seem important to like.
Well, nah,
us, but
fucking
it makes sense.
it's funny because El Toro he goes to spear um Dalon Wong, the evil guy.
Yeah.
He goes to spear him, and he misses and tackles, spears Santa Claus, but Santa Claus isn't even hurt. He's like, "Oh, it's okay," like, because he lands in the snow. But he breaks him through the wall of the house. So I mean,
Yeah.
there is like action. Like it's, I don't think there's a problem as long as like they're not promoting like you should hit people. You know,
Yeah.
like it's more of like a funny action. Like, and like you said, when it's like a fight, it's like mainly like a mystical fight. They're using these beams and like there's nothing
Or
like
like the main villain will use magic to animate like whatever happened, like in this particular circumstance, a bunch of snowmen.
yes,
But
that
like,
was cool.
know,
All the
yeah,
all the evil snowmen fighting them, dude. That was pretty cool. I was not expecting that, and I liked the character design. They were kind of creepy.
yeah,
Like,
the
like
abominable snowmen.
yeah. If I was a kid, I'd be like, yeah, that's kind of badass. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'd want that on a shirt or something as like an 8-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I will also say this is probably, as far as like the actual Christmas aesthetic, this is probably the most Christmas out of all of them because it actually involves real Santa, real
Yeah.
elves, real workshop. You know, having to the side plot of having to deliver toys on Christmas, like,
Family.
you know, family, all the trappings of like what Santa comes with, the sleigh, the list, all of
Is
it. It's
Santa
all
real?
there.
And they determine he is
Yes.
very real in the show. So like that was cool.
Which,
It
by the
doesn't.
way, I loved how they had that thing with Jackie trying to do the tooth fairy thing. He gets
Oh
caught.
yeah, and he's like, the Tooth Fairy was on vacation. I was filling in. That's what he
And then
said.
so
That's what he
Wong's
said,
like,
dude.
Tooth
Oh
fairy
yeah,
not real. Santa
yeah,
very real.
yeah. I was like, yo, what the fuck, Wong? How you gonna just crush or Chan? How you gonna just fucking crush all these kids out there, bro? We're gonna go with Santa, but not the Tooth Fairy. Come on. He said, I'm trying to save kids' parents' money. Nip that in the ass. That's what it was. Jackie Chan and low key was in the writer's room. Was like, yo, my kids are getting to that age of the Tooth Fairy. We need to nip this in the ass. Keep Santa alive. That's just fucked up and wrong, but we can get rid of the Tooth Fairy, boy. Everybody, all the parents.
Sorry,
But
sidetrack.
real quick, I do agree heavily that every plot point and avenue taken in this episode is the most Christmas. Like it felt like a cartoon version, like a Jackie Chan version, literally, of Red One, like an animated. Like, I know you haven't seen it yet, but once you watch it,
Very much like that.
yes, it very much feels like Red One. Which, guys, please get stoned and just watch Red One. You'll have fun, man. I swear. If not, come back here and tell me to shut the fuck up.
This is the worst rock movie since Black Adam. No, I'm kidding. Black Adam wasn't that bad, by the way. Like,
I thought it was funny. He kept breaking through the wall,
yeah,
and they kept making fun of it, dude. Like, was it the most comic
It's
accurate
solid.
movie?
Yeah,
I didn't like the skateboarding scene. That could have gone. You could have cut that whole thing out. I know they're trying to appeal to younger kids in it, but like, you could have just cut that out.
it's so funny whenever like they try to appeal to like the cool teenagers, but it's like it comes off as like cringe.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
TMNT did it brilliantly though. Like,
Yes, they did. They did it very good. Yeah. But yeah, no, dude. What do you rate this? What do you rate this out of Santa Clauses? Saint Nick's.
I
How
give
many
it
Saint
10
Nick's? 10 Saint Nick's? Alright. Alright.
This is fundamentally
Alright.
Christmas.
I'm
Okay, it may have an Asian mysticism type vibe to it, but I'm here for it.
not what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, no. Not going down that road.
I definitely think I think this is a 10 on animated Christmas specials. Like Juju, dude, like you could watch this literally Christmas night, like, and it would just hit really hard. Like, I mean, we watched it on Daily Motion for
Yeah,
free with ads,
did you
which I
have that
haven't.
same ad where it was like the golfing ad that I was
No,
like, I want
dude.
to fucking hit them?
Mine was the next best musical, which is this one about this monkey ape that acts like a human, and it's a
No, I
musical.
saw a trailer for that, and my dad and I both looked at each other and we're like, no fucking way.
Yeah, dude. I was like, and the CGI or whatever for the monkey looks terrible.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm like,
I
no.
was like, no wonder this is on Daily Motion, dude. Like, this shit.
He tried to pull a Planet of the Apes type beat, but it doesn't look right.
Not at all. But back to Jackie Chan Adventures. That's funny as shit though. No, I had that ad over and over again. That's funny. I wondered if you had the monkey ad too, but that's
No, I
hilarious.
had the golfing ad, which I was like, this fucking sucks. This will never get me into golf.
Yeah, this makes me not like it even more. Like, what are we doing? But no, yeah, it's fundamentally Christmas, dudes. Like, it's 10 Saint Nicks out of 10. I fucking highly recommend. You can watch it with your kids.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's the bonus, you know. The next one you cannot. The
No.
the next one on our list, that would be entry number 3, correct?
Yes. Number no number
Yeah,
number
number,
four.
is it number 4?
No, you're right. It's number 3. I'm wrong.
Yeah, number
I'm
3.
asking,
Uh
I'm
19
asking Captain.
1999, Futurama, an Xmas story.
Xmas story.
Yeah, if you've
um,
never seen this, it's a great Futurama classic. Um, Once again, the animation is like simple, but it's low key awesome because like everything's moving all the time. Like,
yes. It's a lot more. It's a lot more crisp than The Simpsons, which I again, this is an early episode of Futurama, so it feels like the same animation that The Simpsons using now. Very fluid. It's not very rough around the edges. It's not. There are not a lot of stilted shots where it's like characters aren't moving.
oh
It
yeah,
feels
no.
live. You know.
I mean, the Santa bot, like his whole face and everything's lighting up and
Yes.
moving and like,
His eyes are turning. like.
nah, dude.
Voiced by John Goodman, by the way.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. That's crazy. Fun fucking fact, y'all.
Fun fact. Basic synopsis of this is 3000 in the year 3000. Christmas is a time of fear and terror because they
Yeah.
built a robot that would be like that would act as Santa Claus, and he deemed everybody to be fucking naughty. So every year at Christmas he goes on a rampage killing everybody. And while that is overlooming, Fry realizes that Leela is supposed to be alone in the universe and um the last of her kind, but that was in an early run. Um, so he trying to go out of his way to get her the perfect Christmas gift, which leads to like him
Oh yeah.
purchasing a parrot for $500.
Yeah.
And like it just the absurdity of what the Christmas tradition gets turned into in the year 3000
Oh
kind of
yeah,
work.
dude. It's so funny that Futurama, like all their jokes are just like they're like corny, but they're not. You know what I
They're not,
mean?
and they play it as straight dialogue too, which is also like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
funny.
I. It was nice going back and watching an early episode of Futurama because I haven't done it in a while, and like it just hit different. I was like, damn, bro, like they were really doing something like good. And what was it, 99?
Yeah, 99.
Yeah, dude.
I
I
also
was
love
3 years old.
I love the gags too, like Bender
You
going
hear
to
me?
the. Oh yeah, sorry.
I
Yes,
was
you were.
three.
Oh,
I was 3 years old, dude.
it was 9.
Ha
Um, sorry. I was trying.
Did you?
That's really funny though. That you were 3 in '99. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I was born in '96.
Yeah. Holy shit! I was 6 years old.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem that much older now.
No, it really. It's funny how like when you're a kid and you meet somebody who's like 6 years older than you, they might as well be a generation away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hundred
But like
percent.
older, it just doesn't matter.
Oh,
Um,
100%. I agree. I definitely don't see the difference.
um, some of the things I loved were the stuff with Bender going to the soup kitchen. The soup kitchen, it's a booze kitchen.
Oh yeah, dude. I like the fact that this like little robot is
Was
like
it
it's supposed to be like
Tinny
tiny.
Tim?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Tiny
Yeah.
Tim, and it's just like at the end of the episode, he's like, you know, what's his name eats all the food,
Oh,
and
Nibbler.
Nibbler eats all the food, and the robot kid is like, Bender's like, all right, well, I guess that's at least I'm not hungry, and he's like, I'm hungry, and it's just like you're a robot, shut the fuck up.
Fuck up. You guys
Like
run on booze.
the whole episode, I was like, dude, you don't feel anything. You're a fucking robot. Like, shut up.
I loved when the robots go Christmas caroling and they're like, it's customary to give us a pint of hard cider, and they just keep drinking and drinking and drinking, and then they just rob her. The little robot boy's like, 2 humans, should we mug them, sir?
Should we mug them, sir? It's probably your favorite episode we watched, isn't it?
Weirdly, no. It's definitely the one that got the most laughs out of me.
That's
Sure,
fair.
but it was not my favorite. Um, I gotta say, I think Jackie Chan was probably.
Yeah,
We've already talked about it.
yeah, it probably was my favorite too, to be honest. What do you rate this?
I, I give it. I give it an 8
I was gonna
for
say,
creativity for doing something different. I
yeah.
mean, different for the time. Now it's like almost 20 years old, but um, at the time, like the robot Santa was fucking like nobody had seen that shit on TV, and that was probably one of the funniest things too.
Oh yeah, I mean, just their take on Christmas in the future was like far out
Yeah,
there, and it landed. You know, like
yeah,
it was a shot in the dark and it worked, and I think that's what makes it so credible, is that they took risk and it was funny, dude. Like it was just straight up good and funny.
yeah.
So I'd give it an 8 as well. I would give it an 8 as well, my guy. Next up on the list, if we're going by year, the next one on the list is Batman the Animated Series 1992, Christmas
Yeah,
with the
22.
Joker.
Okay.
Christmas
Um,
with the Joker. I feel like everybody knows about this one though.
yes. Those of you who don't know, Joker escapes Arkham and decides to celebrate Christmas with the
Yeah.
Joker. By capturing Gordon, Summer, I forget what her name is, something Summers, who's like a reporter, and Harvey Bullock, and basically holding them hostage
On
while
live
oh,
TV.
on live TV.
Because Robin
While
and Batman, they're like, if nobody's in the city, we can't find Joker. We're gonna have dinner and watch A Wonderful Life. And they go to
yes,
watch It's a Wonderful Life, and fucking Joker's on the TV.
yes, and he has a series of elaborate traps that he has created throughout Gotham City involving the observatory turned into a laser cannon, which was actually pretty fun, pretty cool take. Then they also have to go to a toy store, toy factory that was abandoned that had the Joker toy soldiers that were pretty fucking cool, by
I was
the
about to say
way.
that one was a pretty fun
Love,
scene.
and
All the
they
little
had the
Jokers
flying
fly,
ones
the
too,
Joker
Joker
airplanes fly
drones.
out of him.
Yeah. Um, and I do believe ultimately there's a showdown between Batman and the Joker while Harvey and Gordon and them are being suspended over, of all things, a pit of questionable boiling chemicals slash lava. Um,
Yeah, I wasn't sure what that shit was.
yeah.
But it's kind of crazy that Joker had one reason for all of this.
Yes.
He had one reason for all these elaborate traps and this giant scheme, and it was to give Batman a Christmas gift. And he gets the gift and he opens it and it's a pie to the
Right to
face.
the face.
And sure enough, Batman, as soon as he does it, Joker cuts the rope. He goes and saves Bullock and
Saves the
yeah, everybody. And then Joker almost falls in and he saves him. And it's pretty much a Merry Christmas.
Yep, and Joker is back in Arkham laughing his ass off.
Yep. It was
And Bruce finally gets to watch It's a Wonderful Life.
he does. Because they gave him the tape, isn't that what they'd said or whatever? They gave
Yeah.
him a recording of it.
Yep. So, all in all, pretty solid Batman episode. According to Wikipedia, it's the first episode with Mark Hamill as the Joker. Delivered a solid performance, by the way. I loved all the bits of the Joker on TV, just making all the like bad Christmas puns, you know?
Oh yeah, dude. No, I mean it was awesome, and like just all the references to Christmas,
Yes.
like for instance, "It's a Wonderful Life," like just so blatantly. Like I almost thought they were gonna show like it on the TV for a second.
They
Like,
did. They just showed the end credits. It's the bell
oh
bells at the
okay,
end of the movie. Yeah. So A Wonderful Life makes a cameo appearance. Oh.
all right, all right. No, I definitely thought it was dope, dude. I thought it was dope. Um, I probably give it a 9.5,
Yeah.
like if not a
I'll
10.
give it a 9.5 because um again, though it didn't have a lot of the quote unquote traditional, conventions outside of like it snowing and the odd Christmas tree here or there. But the whole
Yeah,
storyline taking place on Christmas and Joker wanting to give Batman a present. I think they
yeah.
kind of stuck to the tone of Christmas. Yeah.
No, they stuck to the tone of Christmas and they kept the vibe of like each character and the show itself without compromise. So that's
Yeah.
why I think it's 9.5. You know, like they didn't lose anything from what they did from doing a Christmas special, like some things do. You know, and I think that's why all of these are good picks because they all kind of like, even with the Christmas tone, they're just good episodes.
Yeah.
You know.
They're just good episodes of the show of which they are a part.
100%. And that leaves our final episode of the night that you should watch for Christmas. The animated finale and the oldest one is 1991 Darkwing Duck. It's a Wonderful Leaf. Once again, another reference to It's a Wonderful Life.
Wonderful Life.
Man, if you don't know what Darkwing Duck is, get fucking hip. It's a great Disney show. It's a great comic book. It's also coming out now, I think, as well, or it was. Dude, he's a detective duck. You know what I'm saying? He's awesome. He's super funny. It's typical early 90s, like
Insanity, just
yeah, like
insanity.
pure insanity, dude.
And with a good message about capitalism in the holiday season, because the whole thing is Bushwhack is kind of noticing that people are getting out of hand with
Yeah.
like Black Friday shopping and shit. So he takes over all the Christmas trees and decides to basically go all Grinch and shit on the people to kind of teach them that like Christmas doesn't come from a store, you know? Like,
Nah,
and
dude.
also there's a subplot of the kid with the glasses not getting any presents because they were all stolen or something.
Oh yeah,
And
dude. My favorite.
Jocelyn learns.
I was gonna say my favorite part is literally how wacky it is. I love that
Yes.
Bushwhack brings all the Christmas trees to life, and that's how he's stealing the presents and like bullying everybody in the mall and all this shit.
Yeah.
Like, because Darkwing Duck goes to the mall to get a bunch of Christmas gifts, and he notices what's it again?
um,
What's his name?
Shrew.
Bushroot. Yeah, he notices
Yeah.
Bushroot is doing this shit with the trees, and it just gets so wacky and beyond, and it just it's fun, man. It makes you feel like a kid watching it. That's why I liked it
Oh,
so
yeah.
much. Like, it was just
Oh,
nonsense.
and like again, it had this like all the wackiness and stuff, but it also had a Christmas message too tied into it. So
No, it
like
did. It had a couple. It had a couple.
yeah.
Like, one, Bushroot. He fucking like he's only doing this because he feels like people treat him badly, because
Yeah.
they kind of were treating him like a monster in the beginning of the episode. It's like, damn, bro, I kind of feel for you. Like, your Christmas Eve does kind of suck. Like, you're
Yeah.
just trying to buy some shit, and like people think you're a monster, and like,
And I mean the again puns galore in this. Puns galore. Like
yeah, no, I mean,
Douglas for people I fur, his name is Douglas. And it's
yeah, I mean,
like,
they went off.
fucking
It was early '90s, dude. Like, what do you expect? It's like watching The Tick. It's awesome.
oh yeah.
Like,
And Darkwing Duck was supposed to be a parody of like Batman and the Shadow and like all those kind of pulpy comic book villain or comic book characters from like the early 70s, you know?
no,
So
and it
it just
works.
made sense. Yeah, it worked. And Bushroot was kind of one of the more memorable villains I remember from Darkwing Duck. So it was kind of good to see him feature in this.
No, 100%. It made me want to go back and watch more Darkwing Duck.
Yes.
I was like, dude, I really want to watch like from start to finish Darkwing Duck.
Yes. And you have Launchpad, who's also from
Yeah,
DuckTales, which I think he actually shines more in Darkwing Duck because he's able to actually be a character as
yeah, hundred
opposed to like
percent.
in DuckTales, you know.
No, I'd have to
And
agree with
honestly,
you. Even in
I
this
mean,
episode,
maybe
the little bit he's in, like, he's funny.
yeah, and like he has more of a personality, whereas like in DuckTales, it's because like he likes to crash planes and that's his gimmick. Um, and it's comparing apples to oranges, by the way, with those two, but I prefer more Darkwing Duck. That's more my
Yes,
sensibility.
because it's just so wacky and silly and punny that it's just like, it reminds me a lot of the
Yeah,
Tick, but like a Disney version. Like,
yeah,
so I can get behind it. Um, yeah, I don't know, dude. And like you said, it just felt like a Christmas episode. Like, I mean, it was. It was very like, I mean, it had like the whole mall on Christmas Eve, like
yep.
you said, the chaos of it, and then like at home,
Making
everybody in the
Christmas cookies, you know.
yeah, wanting to open gifts, but there's Christmas traditions to behold.
Yeah,
Like all of that. Like, it was everything about Christmas in one thing. So
and Santa, like actual Santa, makes a cameo at the very end.
yes,
'Cause, Gosling gets a sled, and
yeah.
you know they look up and you see the sleigh with the reindeer, and it's like who left the present behind. So there is a little bit of Christmas magic in this. So
Yeah, yeah.
not so much as Jackie Chan, but just enough. You
No,
know?
100%. I think they cooked with what they did, especially in
Yeah.
'91. Like, it was super fun, and it felt like an early '90s
Oh yeah,
animation.
like the chaos of Black Friday in the '90s when Tickle Me Elmo became a thing. Like it just took me back. It took me on a nostalgia trip.
Oh
Like
yeah,
for
dude.
certain.
There was a I remember watching a lot of that shit when I was younger, like Darkwing Duck, Jackie
Darkwing.
Chan,
Yes.
fucking, so it's just there's a lot of nostalgia there. I definitely think though, this is one you could throw on with your kids like when they're young, and like
Oh yeah. When they're
they,
real little, like
yeah,
4 or 5-year-old would get this. There's
Yeah.
some jokes that may go over their head, but
But they'll
like,
think it's fun. They'll just think it's
yeah,
fun. But these characters are silly. The trees are moving.
yeah,
Like, he has an army of
and like
trees. Holy shit.
it's pure cartoon action. So like the trees are anthropomorphized and like proportions get out of whack, like big eyes, popping out of their head.
Yeah.
All the conventions that cartoons just aren't really doing now.
No, I
We are in this
agree.
weird grounded reality of animation, which I think
Yeah.
there needs to be more. Don't get me wrong, I love Avatar, but use a little bit more like the overarching expressiveness, the characters changing shapes.
Yeah, I mean, the only people really doing it is like anime for the most
Yeah.
part. Um, so I agree with you. At least,
And
actually, uh, Ultimate, whatever that show is on Max. What is it? The one with the girl that's a wrestler?
oh, fuck me, I should know.
Invincible Fight Girl. They
Yes.
they are cooking. They
We've
kind of they're kind of doing their damn thing on that. So I'd have to say, other than that, though, I don't really know many others that are doing shit like that in animation,
yeah, like the classic
like
Looney
for
Tunes
kids.
cartoon violence.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. It's definitely like a lost art, one would
Yeah.
say. But that's what was good about all these. You know what I mean? It was all pre 2020s.
Yeah, like parents didn't care back then if like Tom ran into a wall and turned into a table, like
Yeah, yeah, like it was whatever, dude. It's Christmas, let
yeah,
them watch it. If it's Christmas related,
yeah,
because that's like when I saw Christmas with the Cranks. I was like, yeah, I guess it is an adult movie, but like I watched it as a kid.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, Christmas Vacation, like, I saw that as like a 10-year-old.
you know what I'm saying, dude? Like, whatever. I
Yeah,
We're great people. We may cuss a lot, but we're great people.
yeah. I mean, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was also one that we watched religiously. So,
Yeah, yeah. You're speaking facts here.
yes,
Um, I hope you guys enjoyed the Christmas episode. Me and Juju enjoy Christmas, so we're glad we got to hang out with you guys in a way that supports the holidays. But also, if you liked what you saw here, we stream every Friday and Saturday on Twitch at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we do a live podcast where you can chat with us and everybody else and have a good time. You know what I mean? We do a comic book of the
yes,
night, a different one every night, and different topics than we do here. Sometimes we do whole ass reviews there, or sometimes we just talk with chat about random shit. So make sure you come hang out. And
yes,
I personally hope you guys all have a great holiday. I
yes.
hope I hope you if you're with family, you guys have a good time and nobody argues, and you get to eat some good desserts and watch some good movies.
Yes. Always. The food is the most important part.
Oh, 100%. I'm gonna eat some Christmas cookies after this. My stepmom made
Yes.
some.
Ooh, I think I ate all my Christmas, but we're gonna make more soon. So
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. I kind of want to make something for Christmas. I'm gonna ask Emma if she wants to
I don't
bake
want to
something
do
with me.
like a shitty DIY like gingerbread house. you
Okay.
know?
Why
Like
you just
one of
buy
those you
one?
buy like an
I
arts
was,
and crafts store. That's
yeah,
what
I
I'm
was about to
saying.
say, why don't you
Like,
buy one of, like the $10 kits and just fucking
yeah, that's what I mean.
yeah,
Like,
hell yeah, dude. Maybe I'll do that because I'll eat the motherfucker that night.
yeah. I mean, like you only need to keep it up for like a couple of days before
Yeah,
you really
dude.
on that.
Damn. Now I want a gingerbread cookie.
You
Damn,
like
there's a
some,
little, huh?
you like me some gingerbread men though.
That's what I'm saying, dude. There's little Debbie ones.
Oh yeah.
Those things are
Oh
fucking crack, dude. Oh my
yes.
god.
God.
Might have to DoorDash one of those. Told myself I wasn't gonna DoorDash tonight. I was like, every time you DoorDash, that's like 4 comic books.
Yeah.
Or
That's
one
also
really good one really good comic book.
yeah. Depending on where you're door dashing from.
No, it's always like if you want like a good amount of food, it's always gonna be at least $20. That's not even
Yeah.
for a good amount of food. That's just for like a meal.
An appetizer and a drink, maybe.
Yeah, and that's like without tip. They're spending like 25.
Yep. And you see that 15%, and you're like, but I don't want them to think I'm full. So
Yeah,
20%.
I'm saying 25 is if you're a dick. Sorry. But yeah. Happy holidays, everybody. Don't be a dick. Enjoy a holiday. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and never offended and always recommended, my dudes. Later.